Here's the hourly price chart for Meta Platforms Incorporated, stock ticker META. So as we can see here, we are seeing a positive open to the trading session and the trading week. We can kind of drill in here a bit and try to look at exactly what is going on here. And we can see that prices have gapped to the top side. We're seeing that in a few different stocks currently. We also saw this with NVIDIA. But however, this has not been a uniform price move. There have been other stocks like Palantir, which are trading under a bit of pressure and actually showing some price declines to start the week. So, as I've been saying here, I don't think that we're going to start to see, I don't think that we're going to see these uniform price movements where, the technology space just all rallies at the same time. I think we're going to start to see more of a mixed picture with some stocks performing better than others and winners and losers starting to develop here. So, anybody that's been watching my prior videos knows that, we've seen some massive price movements lower here. This stock really has really been beaten up. This was really a collapsing house here, and it does look like we're starting to, attempt a recovery. One thing that I will point out here for anybody that has been watching my prior videos on this, I've left all of the same price markings here, chart markings here, except for one important difference. The Fibonacci retracement zone that I'm now following is inverted. We're now looking at price movements moving to the top side rather than potential for moving to the downside. The reason that I have done that is because we've already seen these moves to the downside. So, if you look at my prior videos, this is one important difference that should be noted because we're really looking at sort of a mirror image here, or sort of the opposite reversal type of situation here. So, we'll try to identify exactly what is going on in this chart here. So, to begin with, let's just start with the indicator reading, which is showing some positive evidence here of a move higher. So, in particular, what we can point to is the fact that this downtrend line here in the relative strength index, which is the purple line, this has now been broken to the top side. We've got a couple of bullish signals here. One, we have this downtrend momentum indicator that has broken. So this suggests that that current trend is finished, that current wave of selling pressure has completed itself. That would be number one. Number two would be the fact that, as we can see here, there's kind of a red area in the indicator reading down here. This shows that the stock was heavily oversold. Let's try to get an exact number here. We were below 15 here in the relative strength index. This is a scale from 0 to 100. So readings at that reading below 15 would suggest a huge amount of selling pressure in a short period of time. But as we can see here, the relative strength index did manage to roll over out of oversold territory. That would be the second point. And then the third point would be that the relative strength index is the purple line. The yellow line is the moving average of the relative strength index. So here we can see that, as the stock moved out of oversold territory, the relative strength index also broke above its exponential moving average. So that is also a bullish signal. So there are a few different bullish signals there just in the indicator reading itself. Okay, so in addition to that, we do have to start to now look at this price chart in a very different way, sort of like sort of like the negative of a photograph or something like that. It would just be, everything would just be totally opposite because we're now assessing, retracements based on a prior downtrend rather than a prior uptrend, which is what we were doing previously. But this prior price move to the downside here did so much damage to the chart that this is now the dominant trend that needs to be assessed and watched. And we will now be looking at current price moves in relation to this downtrend rather than the prior uptrend, which resulted in the all-time highs. So currently, what does this mean exactly? So currently, we're looking at the prior all-time high, which came in at 542.96, and then this extends to the lows, which came in during the July 17 trading session and posted at, let's get an exact number here, 459.87 is the current low here. And we are seeing a recovery. I mean, this is a price gap higher. This is not the only stock that we've seen this with. You can check out my video on NVIDIA, which I just posted. Some similar price action is going on there. If you're interested in looking at some other stocks in the market. Um, so this is not only a move that has been seen with Facebook. We are seeing some sort of broader buying pressure that's helping to support these stocks from further downside. As this price movement higher has occurred, we've already started to break some of these new Fibonacci levels that we'll be watching. These are not the same Fibonacci levels that were being seen before. We broke all of those levels. Those levels have all disappeared essentially at this point. That is no longer the dominant trend. So currently, what we're looking at really is this 23.6% Fibonacci retracement, which came in just below 480, 478.58 is how it's outlined here. And then this did come into contact fairly closely with this sloping yellow line here, which is the 20-period exponential moving average. This is the hourly chart, so that would mean that this moving average here represents the prior 20 trading periods. Each candle on this chart is a 1-hour trading period. So, currently what we're seeing here is this price break. In addition to this gap here, what I would consider to be more significant would be this price breakout here. We can kind of move in here where we can see that price has moved above this red zone here, which is the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement, as well as the this kind of flattening 20-hour exponential moving average. So we did see a break to the top side in both of these areas. Currently we are seeing a bit of a failure here at a prior support zone. This is another kind of interesting, I guess, technical analysis phenomenon. If you see a prior support zone, it is expected to work as resistance once prices fall through here and then test that level to the top side. So that did occur here, but the overall declines were relatively minimal. And then we do have this sort of price gap here to start the week, and then this did send us above this resistance level. We're currently coming into contact with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement, which is this orange zone here. So it's not surprising, we're seeing a bit of resistance here. We've got a red candle, and this does show that we're getting a little bit of selling pressure here. But we have, sort of already broken above this downward sloping orange line, which is the 50-hour exponential moving average. So we do have a couple of technical indicators here. An upside break here would be significant because the 100 and 200-hour exponential moving averages are right above. That would be the purple and blue lines here. So, if we can just get a little bit more of an extension here to the top side, then we should start to see a better price breakout at that point. That should be enough to send us back through the $500 level if that were to occur. One other side note: I will be changing the username for this account here this week. Nothing else will change. If you're subscribed to the channel, you will continue to receive notifications and everything like that. But if you're not subscribed, you might want to do that just because I will be changing the username, and it might be a little bit more difficult to find the channel going forward. Everything else will be the same. The chart analysis and everything like that will be the same. But the username will be changing. So if you're not subscribed and you do want to be able to find the channel later, you might want to subscribe this week. So here's the current market analysis for Meta Platforms Incorporated, stock ticker META.